Today is the deadline to avoid a government shutdown. Just a day after saying Republicans did not have the votes to pass their continuing resolution, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says he'll vote to keep the government open. We've got team coverage of this push to avoid a shutdown for you. Nicole Sganga is at the White House for us this morning, but let's begin with Caitlin Huey-Burns on Capitol Hill. Caitlin, good morning to you. How are Democrats responding to what appears to be Schumer's about face and responding to his reasoning for that?
Yeah, Errol, great to see you. We are on the brink of a shutdown, but there appears to have been a breakthrough last night. So Chuck Schumer, the minority leader, took to the Senate floor last night and said, I'm going to vote to proceed with the bill. Remember, there's a procedural measure that has to happen before they vote on the actual bill. He says he's going to allow the bill to move forward. And so the question is whether there will be enough Democrats that join him, whether this gives some political cover for some of those Democrats to join him, because remember, Republicans need 8 Democratic votes in order to pass this thing. I actually spoke to Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona. Remember, this is a state that Donald Trump won, so there could be political incentives for Democrats there to go ahead. But Gallego said that he's not voting for this. He's not even voting to proceed with it. Take a listen.
Yeah, I'm not playing any gimmicks here. I don't know how I can go to parts of Arizona that are going to be potentially affected by massive brush fires and say there is no money for FEMA because I had to vote for this budget. I don't know how I can go to the veterans community and say I voted for $1 billion cut because I had to vote for this budget. This is Donald Trump's decision. I need to worry about Arizona, and I'm not going to worry about the politics of either party.
Now, Democratic Senator John Fetterman from Pennsylvania has said that he'll move forward with this. So they need 6 more. And that is what we are watching for today. Which Democrats do join Schumer in crossing over and allowing this to move forward. I can tell you, though, that this has set up an intra-party fight within the Democratic Party. You have House Democrats who none of them, except for one, supported this measure on the House side. They are really expressing their disappointment, to say the least, with Senate Democrats. You had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez coming out yesterday and really slamming her fellow New Yorker, Chuck Schumer, for allowing this to go forward. So you're going to see Democrats continue to fight over this because they are trying to figure out ways to exert their leverage here when they're in the minority. And Chuck Schumer's gambit was that this is not the place to do it, that shutting down the government would result in complete chaos for the country and especially federal workers. Errol.
All right. I know you continue to track all of the developments. Caitlin, thank you very much. Let's cross over to the White House now, where Nicole Sganga is following the president's reaction to all of this. Nicole, good morning to you. What is President Trump saying on this topic?
Good morning, Errol. Yesterday, President Trump making the argument that a potential government shutdown would be tied to higher taxes for Americans. Well, how did he make that connection? He argued that Americans would see higher taxes because it would stall tax cuts. Trump and congressional Republicans are working on another major policy bill that is expected, their hope, to pass by the end of the year that would extend President Trump's 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Take a listen to what the president said just yesterday.
We're going to cut people's taxes, and if we don't open, the Democrats are stopping all of these good things that we're providing. We're providing the greatest package of benefits that this country's ever provided. The biggest part of that's going to be tax cuts for the middle class and for businesses, small businesses. If there's a shutdown, it's only because of the Democrats, and they would really be taking away a lot from our country and from the people of our country.
And a very clear signal there that should the government shut down, the president and other Republicans to blame Democrats for this, Errol.
And Nicole, on the president's mass deportation plans, there's this wartime law from the 18th century being invoked to speed that up. Help us understand what that's about.
Yeah, from 1798, Errol, an emergency wartime authority. It's called the Alien Enemies Act, and it would be used by this president, an announcement expected as early as today, in order to summarily deport migrants to Guantanamo Bay and to detain them there at that military base sort of indefinitely. Specifically, administration officials planning to target Tren de Aragua TDA, which is a Venezuelan gang with prison origins, but they've said repeatedly that they're planning to go after the worst of the worst here. Subjects would not be allowed to have a court hearing or go through the normal asylum hearing process. Instead of being processed under Title 8 Immigration Code, they would be processed under Title 50. That's America's war and defense law there, Errol.
All right, Nicole Sganga with the latest. Thank you, Nicole.